Hi guys, Kamina the coach here. Today I think is November 24th, 2022. So if you are an American, you might call this Thanksgiving. So without further ado, I am Kamina the coach. This channel was originally to help people get it together and find a way to go inside themselves, to get themselves together, to work and live abroad. Unfortunately, we are quite conditioned to be scared of a lot of things as Americans. So when COVID came in 2020, I refocused this channel to because I had to go back to the United States and I started working on healing and addressing really traumatic early childhood trauma, a lot of it related to being an transracial adoptee and a late discovery adoptee. I am now in November of 2022 back overseas, sort of, not really overseas. I'm in Mexico and currently in Chiapas, Mexico. And I just thought, and I've been delaying on doing this video. I'm really sorry. I should have done it earlier to help people prepare, because I know that this is hard. The holidays are hard for a lot of people and were for me for a very long time. And last year, going back and reading my post, I see that I remember I was suicidal. I say almost suicidal. I was suicidal. The only reason I didn't kill myself is because of my belief system. And I believed that if I killed myself, that I was going to be doomed to have to come back and do this again, and I didn't want to. And I was just in a really, and not to make light of suicide, but I just to show you the difference in where I was then and where I am now. And so I just want to share two things with you this holiday season that will hopefully help you make it through. It's going to take some work on your part, but I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing more special about me than there is about you. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you don't believe anything else, believe this. Is that my pillow? That's my thumb. Sorry, thumb was in the camera. I was like, what is that? If you don't believe anything else I tell you, believe this. This too shall pass. It will. Nothing lasts forever. If you can just hold on, this too shall pass. Before I get into my tips, I will share that society has changed this time of year. The winter solstice is actually supposed to be a time of rest. We're supposed to be resting and preparing for that new growth in the spring. So really, this is supposed to be a time to sit with loss, to love and nurture ourselves in silence and be cozy and still, to wait for that big growth spurt in the spring. It is society that has told us that we need to lights and music and this and that and this and that. So just remember that this time was actually meant for reflection and meant for stillness and meant for quiet. So if you're not surrounded by what society tells us we have to have, a loving, welcoming family, if you're not surrounded by that, just remember that this time was really about sleep and rest and rejuvenation and preparing for a new beginning. Just my 2 cents. So what 2 tips to make it through the holiday season? So I think I'll start with the most important, probably the most difficult. Ask for help. I know that it sounds oversimplified. But I know, coming from somebody who is in severe depression and in a very dangerous place and has been several times, I know how hard it can be. I also know what it's like to be surrounded by people and feel like you're entirely alone. And if you see me swinging, it's because I'm in a hammock and I'm just in front of this beautiful rainforesty looking window to do this video. So if it looks like I'm swinging, it's because I am. So ask for help. Ask for help. If you don't have social media, you've got to have at least one friend. Send that SOS text. Ask for a phone conversation. Ask them to check on you. I had to ask last year. I asked before Thanksgiving rolled around. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday. My birthday is January 16th. So those have historically been in my lifetime very hard days for me. Thanksgiving in November, Christmas in December, New Year's in January, and then my birthday quickly to follow have always been hard days for me. So last year was my reunion year with my adopted family, my birth family, and just going through a lot emotionally. I mean, really, really going through a lot. And I sent out an SOS on Facebook. I have very few Facebook friends, but the people that are there are very special, very loving people who genuinely care about me, even if they're not in the same in my vicinity. And I sent out an SOS, and it was good for me to go back and read this message to my friends, because at the end it said, and this will be tip number 2. So first thing is ask for help. Number 2 is see if you can help somebody else. Do you know anybody else that's in your situation? Maybe you don't know them personally. Maybe there's somebody you've only met on social media. But in me bonding with other adoptees, there are a lot of other people that are in my situation. So tip number 1 is to ask for help. Tip number 2 is check on other people. It's something very healing and gratifying to help others and to reach out a hand. Ask others if they need help. Check on other people. And if you can find it in yourself, go out and volunteer. Go to an orphanage and volunteer to read. COVID has kind of changed the face of things, but go to a shelter and feed people. Go to a food drive. If you can find it inside of yourself. I understand in states of deep depression, it is hard to just get out of the bed, but you can hold your phone in your hand and you might send a message that could save someone's life. So for me personally, reading that message reminded me so what it said at the end was check on your single friends. Check on your friends that are not surrounded by family and friends during the holiday season. So I have a digital adoptee friend who is actually in their birth country right now. So I was inspired by that message to reach out and check on this person. I have chills right now because it just so happened was their birthday, the day that I reached out to them. And as an adoptee, birthdays can be very, very touchy, tricky days. Not only is it their birthday, but they are in their birth country, right? They've cut contact with their adoptive family, and then the day after their birthday, they went to the province where they were born. Deep, deep stuff. I'm so thankful to the universe for that nudge to reach out and check on someone. What a really hard time. And this person isn't very expressive like me. And the person that you check on might not be, but you have no idea. They might not have it in them to express gratitude to you for them, but checking on someone who is alone during the holiday season might save their life, and it might save your life too. So easy. And it doesn't cost a thing. So those are my 2 tips for making it through the holiday season. Do not suffer alone. You are not alone. There has to be somebody out there that you can send a text to. Hey, just check on me from time to time. I'm scared for myself. I'm not in a good place. Just check on me so I know that I'm not alone. You have no idea how much people want to show you kindness and compassion, and they'll be honored that you ask to help. You'll be surprised. Try it. And if you don't have anybody else, find me on Facebook. Send me an email. My email is attached to this YouTube channel, and I'll check on you. But I'm sure that you have somebody that you can send an SOS text to check on you through the holiday season. Number two is check on somebody else, because I'm sure that you know somebody else that's potentially in a similar situation to you. It is so fulfilling to have that kind of synergy, that back and forth healing, that healing that you get from helping other people. It is unsurpassed, and it will help to lift you out of that dark space. And it gives you that connection to know that you're not alone. If you do not believe that this too shall pass, look at some of my older videos. Go back to a video from November of last year and look at my demeanor. I have grown and metamorphosized and changed so much in just 1 year. This too, my beautiful friends, this too shall pass. I know it doesn't feel like it, but this too shall pass. Don't forget that winter solstice was not meant for all this glitz and lights and music and commercialism and all this stuff. It was meant for rest and preparation for the growth that is coming in the sun and the spring. Right? It's meant to be cozy and warm and reflect, and maybe to grieve a little bit. It's okay to be sad. If the sun shone all the time, the earth would be a little crispy rock. Okay? So until next time, beautiful people, my name is Kamina the Coach, sending you love, light, peace, and joy. I'm out.